I've decided to work at my office in the mornings and at home in the afternoon. I am headed now towards my office at home, where I have a Dell Streak, because Michael Dell was kind enough to send me one ahead of lunch. And I am very excited about testing it. I've been testing it this morning, and it was particularly interesting to me. It's an Android, so the size of the phone is what's special. The operating system is similar to what you see in other Androids. I also decided to shoot a competitive landscape of these to show you that the Dell is big, but it's certainly not big compared to an iPad. It is, here you get a good sense, it is big compared to an iPhone. Again, a sense of scale. So the question really for somebody who may want to buy an Android phone is, how do you feel about carrying a bigger, like an American size phone? I personally like the idea, because I think there's so many gadgets that we carry around, at least me personally, with the laptops, and I can't make up my mind with a BlackBerry, the HTC, so the iPhone. So I've been going out these last months with either the BlackBerry or the iPhone, or the BlackBerry and the HTC, which is a phenomenal phone, by the way, the HTC. And then comes this version of Android brought by Dell, right? And I've been playing with it since this morning. It has some unique layout of Android applications here. Then you hit more, you get more. It has, because it's bigger, it has windows that are actually enable you to put whatever you'd like in the different areas, and it has widgets. But to me, a key element here is in the typing, because there are people who have asymmetrical relationships with the internet. They download a lot, they upload little, and for them the iPad is great. The iPad has no camera, it is not very easy to type, but it is fantastic to get content on the iPad. For typing, the problem I see is when you lift an iPad and you want to engage in thumb typing, which is something that you've been used to from maybe a decade of thumb typing. It's hard because the thumb doesn't reach not even half of the screen, and when you hold it, it is very difficult to both hold it and type. And if you put it down and you type, then your hand is like this, and then you cannot really see what you type very well. What's good about the Dell Streak is when you type, your thumb reaches over half of the screen, and therefore you can type. Also, you can type in vertical mode, where the thumbs are not so crammed together as they would be on an iPhone when you do the same thing, when you type. In terms of applications, I like the Android in the sense that it's independent of a laptop. Laptops are essential for Apple products, but they're not needed to synchronize in Androids, which is synchronized over the air. So you get your applications over the air, you go to the market, and if you had another Android like I did, when you go to the market, you find that the same applications that you had bought are synchronized over the air, and you don't need to use a laptop. and I have a dislike for highly opinionated reviewers who are like 100% with Android or 100% with Apple, because they really are two different ways of doing the same thing. I think many of us who are used to keyboards are going to have to give them up and retrain ourselves, because it is sad to lose so much real estate, screen real estate, for a keyboard. So while I'm still hooked on the BlackBerry, I think I'm going to have to give that up because the browsing experience is terrible. I am testing the video camera of the Dell Streak. The quality seems to be particularly good. And these are two pictures I took with the 5 megapixel camera, and they're pretty good as well. In terms of browsing experience, the Dell Streak gives you the best of all the smartphones. It's only the iPad is only a better browsing experience, but the iPad doesn't fit in your pocket. And even though this is big, it actually does fit in your pocket. I have it in my pocket now, and I don't look especially dorky. I mean, I do look dorky just filming this, but if I walk around, I don't feel the weight. Overall, I recommend the Dell Streak. I think it is a winning format, at least it is for me. I think that the size is big but not humongous. I think you do look kind of silly, but it is possible to speak on the phone. And of course, you can always use the Bluetooth sets or whatever else you want to use. But it does fit in my pocket, and I like the quasi-computer experience that still fits in my pocket. I would call the Dell Streak, if anything, like a pocket computer, and as such, I really, really liked it. And I think you will too.